Hi Libra, and welcome to your horoscope for December 2024. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Please note that my horoscopes are based on the UK time zone, so take that into account and watch them in this order: rising sign, then sun sign, and finally moon sign. So I'm going to break down December into 4 weeks, and I'm going to pay attention to the moon, how it moves through your charts, and how that affects you. So, starting with week 1, Sunday the 1st of December until Sunday the 8th of December. On the 1st and 2nd, we have the moon in Sagittarius, and that's in your third house of communication. So these 2 days are wonderful for you to set goals, to problem solve, and to make a plan for the future. You'll be able to sense what motivates you very easily, and you'll also be able to visualize what you would like to accomplish moving forward. So it's a good 2 days to journal and to set goals and to say, this is what I'm going to spend my time and focus and energy on. So it's almost like New Year's resolutions come early for you, particularly today on the 1st of December. We've got a new moon in Sagittarius in your third. I've made a separate video on that. Have a look if you'd like more information. But for you guys, Libra, it's a wonderful opportunity to solve problems, to get clear on what needs doing and what you'd like to come next. On the 3rd and 4th, we've got the moon going into Capricorn, then in your 4th house of your family and your roots, and what makes you feel supported and structured in life. And that's really great for family relationships. So if you have the opportunity to be around people you love, you're really willing to do the work and the heavy lifting, and you don't expect to be taken care of. You're very, very solid and grounded when it comes to your closest relationships. So if you can spend time with people you love, wonderful time to do it. 5th, 6th, 7th, the moon then goes into Aquarius in your 5th house of what you love and romance and who you love the most in life. And Aquarius is an air sign. It's the sign of the humanitarian and the teacher. So a couple of things there. It joins Pluto in Aquarius. So there's a love for ideas and problem solving and communication and expressing yourself wonderfully. And again, it's very selfless. The first 6 days here are you showing up in a very sensible, grounded way that doesn't expect anything from other people or the world. You're really like, what can I do? And what can I contribute? And that usually goes down very, very well with people, that attitude. It's far more likable to most people than self-pity, for instance. And you're at no risk of feeling sorry for yourself at the beginning of the month here. On the 6th as well, the personal planet Mars, it goes retrograde until the 23rd of February next year. So a really long time. And it's in Leo in your 11th house of hopes and dreams. So when the personal planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, when they go retrograde, it affects you personally. Mars is ambition and drive and what you're unwilling to compromise on. And in Leo, it is very fired up. So actually this retrograde is great because I think it sets the stage for you to show up in such a balanced 50-50 kind of a way. But with the moon being in Sagittarius in your in your third house of communication on the 1st and 2nd of December, that's a great 2 days to set goals and to say, what do I want to make a priority over the next few months? Because with Mars now going retrograde in that 11th until February, the fact that you're not demanding, that's the word I was looking for, that's a good thing, right? But in terms of brainstorming and saying, I'm going to try and feel my feelings and decipher what's most important to me, it's not good for that. So try and do that on the 1st and 2nd if possible. On the 7th, we've got Venus ingressing into Aquarius, and it joins Pluto and Aquarius in your 5th. So that's really wonderful for doing charitable works, having a desire to learn new ideas and principles. And I feel that you'll want to, again, make a positive contribution to all people, the people who are most important to you, but humanity and society at large. So Libra, I think you're going to be open, you're going to be welcomed with open arms here at the beginning of December by the people in your life and the people you're yet to meet, because you show up in such a loving way. On the 7th as well, Neptune, the higher octave of Venus, and an outer planet that goes direct until the 4th of July 2025. So with the outer planets, retrogrades aren't as important because they spend about 6 months of the year in retrograde. With it going direct, though, in your 6th house of daily routine and structure and physical health, it becomes easier for you to pursue opportunities, or it's likely that more opportunities show up in your everyday life, which you can then pounce on and you can seize those opportunities. So that's why it's a good idea to get organized as soon as possible, and then to simply take the action steps based on your ideas and the things that you jotted down on the 1st and 2nd. On the 8th, the moon goes into Pisces in your 6th house, and the moon reaches its 2nd quarter. So it's waxing, it's getting bigger, on its way to being a full moon on the 15th of December. And the moon in Pisces in your 6th, it joins Saturn in Pisces, and that's wonderful because Neptune is in there as well. So it's really, I'm not going to dream. I'm not going to operate in kind of fantasy land here. I'm looking at the world in a very grounded, kind of problem-solving, can-do kind of a way, and I'm going to see what's available. So to me, that says that you're in a good spot, you're optimistic, you're motivated, even though Mars is now in retrograde, and you have put the scaffolding in place, and now you're able to kind of do any work that needs doing as far as your life is concerned and the everyday experience of it. So in the first 8 days of the month, the moon starts in your 3rd house of communication and it ends in your 6th house. So that's pretty much the 2nd quarter and the 3rd house. What is it that you love? What is it that you understand now that you hadn't understood in future? And how can you find those wonderful circumstances in the outside world? Week 2, Monday to Sunday, the 9th to the 15th of December. On the 9th, the moon is still in Pisces in your 6th. It's the same as the 8th. And then the moon goes into Aries in your 7th house of relationships, and it joins Chiron in Aries. That's really great for any type of relationship in your life. Friendships, family members, colleagues, employees, bosses. If there's anything that needs fixing or mediation or a discussion, a conversation that allows you to feel like I'm on firmer, solid ground with these people around me, these are the 2 days to have those moments. On the 12th and 13th, the moon joins Uranus in Taurus, and the moon goes into Taurus, and it sits in your 8th house of institutions and the authorities. And in your case, the 12th and 13th are great for anything to do with finances that exist out there. So buying property, selling property, stocks, shares, savings, investments, getting things organized with institutions, corporations, companies, and presenting yourself. So job applications, actual interviews are likely to have an unexpected and wonderful outcome. And if your house is for sale and you haven't had any inquiries, the 12th and 13th, they're going to be really good for that. Where you didn't expect something good to happen and suddenly it's like, oh, that came out of nowhere, out of the blue, how nice. On the 14th and 15th, then, the moon goes into Gemini and it joins Jupiter, the lucky planet, also in Gemini, in your 9th house of education, travel, the higher realms. You're going to have a major desire again to problem solve, to educate yourself. You have a hunger, a thirst for knowledge, and to broaden your skills set through the intellect. So it's really nice for you, Libra, that the retrograde of Mars kind of quiets you down in terms of things that could cause friction between you and other people. And then Venus in Aquarius opposing that Mars and Jupiter in Gemini in your 9th, you really mitigate any kind of lack of motivation or fire by using the intellect, and you kind of switch on your mental computer and you're able to start typing and to make sense of things really, really well. That peaks on the 15th of December when we have a full moon in Gemini in your 9th house. And particularly if you need to figure things out when it comes to your career, your work, or even before you solve specific problems in your work or what you're working on if you're a student or retired, if you're not even there yet and you're like, what should I be doing for work? That full moon is really wonderful to solve that problem, to figure out this is what I should try. On the 15th as well, we have Mercury, the communication planet, that goes direct. And it's been in retrograde since the 25th of November. And that's more good news, because when this planet appears to go backwards, communication and transportation becomes more difficult. So not only do we have all that communication energy, Gemini, in your 9th, which is ruled by Mercury, but we have Mercury sitting in your 3rd house, now direct. So don't expect any more delays. And really, you're the brain box here of the zodiac in December. So anything in your life that doesn't make sense now, pay attention to it and you'll make huge progress. And you can figure things out for yourself that may have eluded you for months or even years. So in this second week, the moon starts in your 6th and ends in your 9th. So that's pretty much the 3rd quadrant, which is really about my connection to people and groups of people and formal structures out there in the world. And how do I adjust things there so that I'm in the best spot possible? So you're really looking after yourself here in December. I love it. Week 3, Monday to Sunday, the 16th to the 22nd of December. On the 16th and 17th, the moon is in Cancer. Wow, and you can really lighten the load now when it comes to, again, your actual career or what you're working on or preparing for. And you can take care of yourself by getting something in that area of your life that causes you anxiety or that feels difficult. Because you're so switched on intellectually, you'll be able to problem solve that and get it off your desk and have a real sense of, I'm taking care of myself, things are lighter, things are easier, I love it, aren't I clever? And really be proud of yourself for that. The moon then goes into your 11th on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, and it joins Mars in Leo in there already. So these 3 days are wonderful to spend with time with friends and people you love being around, and to have a fun opportunity to step away from just being practical and analytical and hardworking. And if you have the opportunity to take some time off, and what makes you laugh basically, and even what makes you feel good in your own body, like playing tennis or just going for a run or something that makes you feel happy to be alive simply, you'll feel that over this 3-day period. And they're going to be like almost a celebration of all the assessment you've done so far. And now, because you have less pressure, there's more opportunity to enjoy and to live life. That continues on the 21st and 22nd when the moon goes into Virgo in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength. And this is really wonderful in your chart, right? Because the 12th house is the ethereal, but Virgo is an earth sign. So it's almost like being a spiritual, someone who takes dictation and saying, higher realms, I've used my intellect so much this month to make sense of things, but there may still be mysteries in my life that I don't understand. Give me the answers, please. And then sit there and listen. And however you do that, you know, people get very technical with, oh, I'm clairaudient and clairvoyant and clairsentient. I think we have a physical body, but we also have a spiritual body. And this, your higher self is going to get the message to you in whatever spiritual sense is most active at the time. So whether you have a dream or you hear a voice that's whispered to you out of the wind, or if you see a burning bush or whatever, they can get the message to you, they being your ancestors, your guides, your angels. The 21st and 22nd are the best days to receive those kind of guiding bits of information, but also to ask for help and say, hey, listen, please support me in this. I've done everything I can. Please provide the rest of the story. The sun goes into Capricorn as well on the 21st of December, and that moves out of your 3rd house of communication, and now it's in your 4th house of your family and your roots, what makes you feel grounded in life. So from the 15th onwards, not the 15th, the 21st onwards, when the sun does go into Capricorn, you're now going to be very willing to do the work in family situations, and that really sets you up nicely for the coming festive season. Because again, you don't enter a situation at all this month going, well, what about me? And what are you doing for me? You're much more interested in how can I help you and how can I support you? So you see the fact that you're able to manage your own circumstances so well for yourself in your own life by problem solving means that you have a lot of time and energy left for other people and how you can help them. So a lot of people are going to want to be your best friend this month, Libra, because you're just in such a good spot. On the 21st as well, we have, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we have the winter solstice, change of seasons. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the start of summer. So until the 20th of March, we are entering this new season now. And for you, on the 21st, again, the focus shifts from communication, problem solving, and now it's about your close relationships and the way people make you feel, or how you can make them feel and what you can contribute to their lives. So week 3, the moon moves from your 10th house all the way to your 12th house, and that's the 4th quadrant. Yeah, the 4th quadrant, which is houses 10, 11, and 12. So it's about making those improvements in your working life and then having the time and space to enjoy yourself and to receive even more guidance. Week 4, Monday to Tuesday, the 23rd of December until New Year's Eve, the 31st of December. On the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, the moon is in your sign of Libra in your 1st house. And the 24th is Christmas Eve, 25th, Christmas Day. Also, Hanukkah begins at sundown. So you're going to have a really easy time during the holidays, especially if you're spending it with other people. And even relationships that are usually very difficult. You'll be able to show up in a way that puts other people at ease and possibly even heals any wounds and fixes a dynamic or a difficult dynamic between you and another person. On the 26th and 27th, the moon goes into Scorpio, and that's in your 2nd house of money, and it opposes Uranus in Taurus. Wow, so expect another big positive financial event. Expect something, as far as your securities are concerned, something to occur that really touches you in a good way. So for instance, wow, the house has sold and it's sold over asking, best case scenario. And I feel so relieved that that has happened. Or I have moved the money around and now I'm getting more interest and I feel really good that I found that on this day. Wow, okay, so this looks really good for you so far. 28th and 29th, excuse me. The moon goes into Sagittarius and it joins Mercury in Sagittarius, which is now direct. So it's back to the computer brain, but with the sun being in Capricorn nearby in your 4th, the problem-solving abilities now really support you in all of your relationships. So you're the fixer here. Okay, where am I? 28th and 29th. So on the 29th as well, we've got Chiron going direct until the 30th of July. And Chiron stays in Aries until 2027. Chiron is the wounded healer. And in Aries, it again really says, hey Libra, you do have a lot of influence. And you can make changes in certain relationships that you have in your life. So listen to your own gut. If you want to reconnect with someone, or if you even want to improve the relationship you have with yourself, these are the days to do it. And with it going direct until July 2025, if there's anything you want to heal in your relationship with people out there, it could be the public or your future partner who you've never met, you'll find there are more opportunities in your environment than there have been in the last few months. Then on the 30th and 31st, the moon goes into Capricorn and it joins your transiting midheaven and Pallas and the sun in Capricorn. All of those are in your fourth. And on the 30th, we have a new moon in Capricorn, and it's the second new moon in the month, so it's a black moon. So it has added importance. And new moons are great because it's about making a start and feeling really energized and saying, okay, these are my priorities. This is what I'm going to pour myself into. And it supports your relationship with your work, whether you feel at home there, so to speak. And again, it highlights that willingness to do the work in any of your relationships in life. And then New Year's Eve, that really gives you the wisdom, as in these are the things which genuinely make me feel supported and safe. And also these are the people who make me feel supported and safe. And I want to give of myself to those circumstances or to those people. So you're likely to have a fun and really harmonious New Year's Eve. So the houses the moon moves through in these last 8 or 9 days of the month, 23rd, it starts in your sign in Libra in your first, and then it ends in your fourth. So that's pretty much the first quadrant. That's a sense of self, adjusting things to make improvements, getting that off your plate so that you can then again focus on your relationship with other people. So it looks like a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful month for you, Libra. I hope you have a great time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use the astrology, the tarot, numerology, and my intuition, and I combine them, right? I think on a review they did of my tarot deck, they said that Gregory Scott is some sort of Renaissance man or something who dabbles in all these different modalities, and that's how I work. I'm a Virgo, so I like as much information as possible, and then I bounce that off my own intuition to get my messages. Sorry to go on and on, but in my chart, my sun squares my Neptune. That's why I feel it's this ongoing negotiation, and I like to use all these divination systems to give me a really concise, concrete answer to things. So if you'd like me to look at your chart, please get in touch via the website. I only need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, they don't record it in every country, right? So there's a process called chart rectification where I can work it out for you. It's also on the website. But even if you don't have the time and you just want me to read your chart based on your place and date, that is possible. I use sunrise in that circumstance. It does affect the ascendant and it affects the house placements, but it's still doable. So please don't feel like you're not eligible to have the chart done if you don't have the time of birth. A lot of people don't have it. So if you have any questions around your life purpose, your career, your family relationships, anything at all, please do get in touch with me via the website. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe for more videos and share this video if you like it with someone who you think may be interested. That would help the channel. Thank you so much. I also do a daily tarot reading on the channel, so please become a member to watch those. Have a wonderful month, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.